Hey guys, Hazel here. How are you doing? For those of you who are new to the channel, I thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your suggestions as right now I'm growing this channel after years of not making any videos. So I thank you for any of your likes, comments, and subscription. Truly, for the new ones, thank you. For the old ones, thank you for being a family with this journey. So, I am here to share with you my journey through healing. For years, I have been very private about it because I wanted to experience it myself. I had a friend who told me, why don't you share your healing journey with your people? And I'm like, I am going through it all, the messy, the ick, the yuck, the painful stuff. And if I am not able to process it properly, it would be a little bit like hypocritical, right? Like I'm trying to preach what I am going through. I mean, I tried it before and it did not really work so much. So I feel like I'd rather share from a place of scars, from my scars, which is beautiful, and also from a place of wisdom. Because when I was trying to share it from a place of wounds, like gushing, graphic blood, like it's not as powerful as I feel now. So I would like to share something that is very close to my heart. So I have been making quote unquote ugly art for many years because it is part of my healing journey and giving honor to my inner child who I never get a chance to witness when I was growing up, because all of this healing journey started in my early 30s. It all started when I was probably in my early 30s when I got diagnosed with ADHD at the very young age of 33. So I felt like, oh my gosh, I finally was seen, heard, validated, and accepted that, oh, I wasn't really crazy. It's just that my nervous system, my brain is wired very differently because of the traumas that I had to endure when I was young. So, this childhood trauma thing and therapy has been thrown all over the place, right? Therapists and psychiatrists, psychologists, all of the gurus out there. But I am also sharing from a place of being the patient who has to endure the fear, the shame, the doubt, all the things. So, again, healing is not linear. I am still feeling vulnerable even if I am sharing this. How much do I have to share? Even if I have processed so much painful memories, there are moments where I can still feel emotional, and maybe that's just part of who I am as a human. However, the consciousness that I am sharing with you right now is coming from a place of, oh, I am not my diagnosis. You are not your diagnosis, whatever it is. So I am here to share this with my people who has gone through their diagnosis with ADHD, with mental challenges when you are young. And let me know in the comment section below, when you were young, I don't know how old you are now, but like when you were like in your 7 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, those very tender, vulnerable places when we were just trying to figure out things. And I believe that through our growing up years, and if there is a place where things have been very painful for us and we did not know how to articulate ourselves because we didn't have that capacity to process the pain, right? And some of us are now in our late 40s. I certainly am. And that is why I said, as a Gen Xer, that that generation feels like we were not seen or heard. It was mostly transactional, like, oh, see, I am not going to apologize, guys, because like sometimes it hits. So it took me a long time to be okay with my emotions, the big emotions, and I was very, very petrified to process it. And sometimes when I was younger, it was all about just anger because that was the only way I could express my feelings or whatever. And a lot of people would say you should not be crying, or you should be behave. You should behave like in what standard, or like what kind of planet are you coming from? We're just humans, like, and I'm pretty sure even if I have done my very, very best to calm my nervous system or control my emotional outbursts, there are still moments where I feel like, "Ugh, I need to process it." So this is why I'm sharing this with you, because as an artist, sometimes it is very healing to process things that are vulnerable and sometimes hard to express. And to share this right now with raw emotions, and it's not even like I didn't even plan to cry. It's just when it hits, it hits. And that's it. And how much can I share with you, my family of sensitive souls, old souls in here who also are probably going through your own perimenopause moments and or things that you are afraid to share with your people online or offline. It's not easy, honestly, guys. It's not. It doesn't it, it's not easy, but it gets a little bit lighter as you process your painful memories and you let go. And I'm very, very grateful for my um, I'm grateful for my village of people who were there for me when I was going through my most vulnerable times, most painful times, where they created a safe space for me to express my thoughts and feelings without judging me. So, yeah, I am sharing this with you guys because when I was going through one of my painful moments, I said to myself, what about those people who unalive themselves because they could not contain the pain anymore? And I'm so glad and proud of myself, for my younger self, of course, my inner child, that I'm able to process it. And yes, I'm not going to lie, there were times where I felt like, oh, this is way too much. Maybe let's just end this here. But I never really, no, I didn't have the balls to kind of like really just, do it. And I asked some of my friends who are on the same age bracket as me. They also felt the same way. They just don't have the right people to trust. And some of them who are married are not even able to open up to their spouses about their thoughts and feelings, their fears, their vulnerability. And so, how do you process your overwhelming emotions. Because it's true, when I see people who are so in control with their thoughts and emotions, I'm like, wow, I wish I could be like that, but I'm not like them, right? So I have to honor that sensitivity, and maybe that's just a trauma response, or that's just how my body has tried to protect me during those early vulnerable times. So, am I making sense in this video, guys? Let me know in the comment section below if you have watched up until the end. So, yes, I see you. I feel you. It's not simple to be human. It looks like it could be, like, it can be, right? Like, we don't really talk about our unconscious thoughts or feelings and all that stuff. But I go deeper. I wanted to go deeper because I feel like we need, in this age of AI, true connection must be created. Safe spaces must be provided for in order for us to feel like life is still worth living for. And for me, I never thought that I would become an artist. Honestly, there are still so many things that I have yet to learn about this whole process. And yes, there are moments where I feel scared to share my work of art. Although I have sold a bunch back in 2020, it's been 5 years now, and I haven't really sold as much because I wanted to make sure that I'm coming from a place of service and coming from a place of that truest part of myself, and not be ashamed or afraid to sell the art that maybe it would not connect to anybody. However, I feel like that art is made from a place of authenticity. I know that word has been thrown all over the place too, but yeah. So let me know in the comment section below if this message hits with you, because yes, as somebody who was diagnosed with ADHD, it took me a long time to process this whole thing. And I'm like, hey, what if the negativity that I processed, the painful feelings, thoughts, words, labels, all that stuff, can be turned into a positive thing and can be inspirational for those people who are going through the same thing as me, right? So, how are you taking care of your inner child today? Because no matter how old you are, that part of yourself who is so wise, who is so honest, who is so sensitive, who is so empathetic and wanting to help this world a better place, make this world a better place, is still there. So let me know in the comment section below how you feel these days, how you're taking care of your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health, because we're all in this together. Okay, so I will see you in the next video soon. By the way, I have created a playlist, so feel free to binge watch them if you will, and help me grow this channel as well as I share my mission to midlife women who probably were not heard, seen, or you felt like you were invisible even today. Okay, so I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.